Have you ever just bitten into a perfect strawberry? You know, that sweet, juicy burst of flavor, and just paused for a second to wonder, where did this really come from?
It's so easy to just
Yeah.
not think about it, isn't it? You see them in the supermarket, maybe grow them yourself, and you sort of assume they've always been around.
Exactly. Like this.
Yeah, exactly like this. Just a pure gift from nature, untouched.
Right. Just popped into existence. But our source material for this deep dive paints a really different picture. It's actually much more surprising. It turns out the garden strawberry, the one we all know, isn't quite as natural as you might imagine. It's more of a beautiful accident almost, orchestrated by people and nature together.
It's a fantastic story.
Yeah.
It really shows how human curiosity and, natural processes can kind of collide in unexpected ways. Our sources lay out this whole journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, spanning continents. It starts with these tiny wild strawberries. Then you've got two really distinct types, one from North America, one from Chile. They make their way over to Europe. This is back in the 1700s. Botanists plant them near each other. And then, crucially, bees get involved.
The bees. Okay, so our goal here with this deep dive is really to unpack that whole story using the sources we've got, pull out the fascinating bits and sort of highlight how it was this mix of like human intention and just pure chance that gave us the strawberry we eat today.
Absolutely. So let's picture it. Go back a few centuries. Before these big, juicy red strawberries we see everywhere, you just had wild ones scattered around. And our sources really focus on two specific ones that are key to this story.
Okay, tell me about them. What were they like?
Well, first, there was this one from North America, specifically around Virginia, the sources mentioned. Now, these were small, really tiny berries, actually.
Tiny, okay.
But the flavor, wow, incredibly intense, like concentrated strawberry essence,
Got it. Small but mighty flavor from North America. And the other one?
For that, you have to travel way down south to Chile, South America.
Okay.
The wild strawberries there, quite different. They were much bigger, noticeably larger than the Virginia ones, closer to the size we know now.
Ah, okay. Bigger size.
Yeah, but the flavor, our sources suggest, was much, much milder, less intense.
So you've got this intense flavor bomb on one continent and this bigger, milder berry on another, and they just stayed separate for ages.
For a very long time, yes.
Yeah.
Geographically isolated, they evolved completely independently.
Until,
well, global exploration really kicked off. And this growing interest in botany, especially in Europe around the 1700s.
Ah, right. The age of exploration meets the garden shed.
Something like that. Exactly. Explorers, botanists, they were bringing back plants from everywhere. Exotics.
Collecting them.
Right. Collecting them, cultivating them, studying them in European gardens. And crucially, they brought back both of these strawberry types, the flavorful Virginia one and the larger Chilean one.
Okay, so they end up in the same place.
Yeah.
And someone has the bright idea to plant these two from opposite ends of the earth, like next to each other.
That's the key step, yeah. They planted them relatively close together, side by side in some cases. Now, these specific wild strawberry species, they rely on cross-pollination,
Okay.
like a lot of plants do. They need pollen from a different plant to reproduce well.
And if they need cross-pollination, and you've just put two compatible but very different species right next door to each other, I think I'm starting to see.
You got it. Enter the bees.
Right.
As the sources describe it, these gardens were buzzing. Literally. Bees doing their thing, flying flower to flower, collecting nectar, collecting pollen.
Just doing their job, not trying to invent a new super strawberry.
Not at all. Completely unintentional on their part. So a bee lands on a Virginia strawberry flower, picks up some pollen, then flies over to a nearby Chilean strawberry flower and boom, deposits that Virginia pollen. Or the other way around.
They're mixing the genes without even realizing it.
Exactly. They were acting as, I think our sources had a great phrase for it, unwitting matchmakers.
Ha. That's perfect. Unwitting matchmakers.
Love it. Isn't it? And so what happens from all this accidental matchmaking by bees in garden after garden across Europe?
Mu seed.
Seeds, hybrid seeds. The flowers that got cross-pollinated produced seeds carrying genetic information from both parents. And when those seeds were planted,
Something new grew.
something entirely new, a hybrid species emerged, one that combined traits from both the Virginia and the Chilean plants.
And that is our modern garden strawberry, the Fragaria S. ananassa.
That's the one. This new hybrid It got the best of both worlds, essentially. It inherited that wonderful, rich flavor from the small Virginia berry and a much larger, more appealing size from the Chilean one.
Wow. So it wasn't some, deliberate breeding program in the modern sense, not genetic engineering in a lab.
No, not at all back then.
It was really this sort of convergence, global travel, bringing the plants together, botanical curiosity, planting them close, and then just a totally natural process, the bees doing their pollination thing, making the final connection, all happening in a garden centuries ago.
Precisely. Humans definitely set the stage, by bringing the parents together. But it was nature, through the bees, that performed the crucial cross.
Right.
That's why the source material calls it a human-guided marvel.
Yeah.
It's not purely wild, but it's not, artificial either.
Yeah.
It's this amazing blend of intention and sheer luck.
Okay, so let's just recap this a bit, thinking about what we've learned from the sources today.
God.
The big, juicy red strawberry you buy at the store, Fragaria echinacea. It's not some ancient fruit that's always looked and tasted this way. It didn't just appear like magic.
No, definitely not. It's actually a relatively recent creation in the grand scheme of things, a hybrid.
A specific hybrid that only came about because of cross-pollination between two wildly different wild strawberries.
Exactly. That small, super flavorful one from North America, Virginia.
Right.
And the larger, much milder one from Chile.
And this didn't happen out in the wild somewhere. It happened in gardens in Europe back in the 1700s.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because humans, botanists, brought these plants from thousands of miles apart and planted them near each other.
And then the crucial final step, completely natural, was the bees. Just everyday garden bees flying between the flowers.
Doing their pollination rounds.
Accidentally creating this brand new genetic combination, these unwitting matchmakers.
It's such a great example, isn't it? It's absolutely shaped by human action.
Yeah.
I mean, moving plants across oceans, planting them intentionally.
Yeah, that's huge.
But it also depends completely on a natural process, pollination by insects, to actually create the thing itself. That's why human-guided marvel feels so apt.
It really does. And when you think about something so, common as a strawberry, having this incredibly complex, globe-spanning origin story involving deliberate human choices and total chance, it kind of makes you pause, doesn't it? How does that change how you might look at other foods you just take for granted?
That's the perfect question to leave things on, I think. If the modern strawberry, this everyday fruit, is actually a hybrid created through this intricate dance between human intervention and natural accident, well, how might this story make you think differently about that line, that sometimes blurry line between what we call natural and what has actually been shaped, maybe intentionally, maybe completely by chance, by human hands, in the food we eat every single day?
Thank you for watching. I hope that this video was both educational and entertaining. Please click like and subscribe on the bottom for more animations on interesting topics. Check out my other creative animations here. Until next time, goodbye, friends.